I think of Calvary as being the stronghold of our family. My children were both baptized here, and they have in turn continued to attend Calvary Baptist Church and are active members here. With their 3 children, we're now, I guess, a multi-generational family of 3 generations.
I think he has a pretty good foundation now of what right and wrong are, and so a lot of these stories, the ways that it would connect, he gets it because he's been with Lori at Sunday school.
He reminded the man of God's promise to take care of us. God will give us enough food to eat. We'll even have leftovers.
How long have you guys been here, Carl?
Well, I was at 135 years. We've been here for over a third of it.
The fact that I was dedicated here as a baby and then baptized here when I was in 6th grade, and now I'm a part of a youth group. I go to the mission trips every year, and I've known most of the kids in the youth group pretty much my whole life.
I very much feel that I have friends, family, and other people that keep me going here.
I think there are values within the family that have enabled us to be the recipients of a remarkable heritage and legacy.
I've been a Calvary member for 18 years, and what first brought me here was a meeting I had with a group of women where I met the senior pastor at that time, and I was intrigued by this woman who was a senior pastor of a Baptist church. Having grown up in a Baptist church, this was not something that I saw very often.
There were no other women in senior pastorates at that point in time. So it was a bold move. It wasn't an easy move. I knew the day that I was voted on that it was not unanimous. It was quite a ways from being unanimous. And there are still many, many churches that I know will not even put a woman's resume into their stack of people that they might interview as a potential pastor of their church. Committed, courageous, a bit countercultural.
Pastor Ann, one time she was preaching and she said, everybody have a gift to give to this church in different way. And me too, I have my gift to give it to this church on my way to thank the community, Calvary family back.
In the late 70s and early 80s, there was a couple here by the name of Monroe and Reba Snyder who were very concerned about refugees from the Vietnamese War. They were difficult days, and the congregation had some hard times in embracing that idea of refugee resettlement, and yet the congregation did eventually, and we became one of the founding bodies of ecumenical refugee services. It was a growing moment.
I learned more about Calvary during their participation in Gay Pride in, I guess it was 2014. Calvary definitely takes this message seriously.
Countercultural of what the expectation might be for a Christian church, and particularly for a Baptist church. But countercultural too, in the sense of taking the lead in our culture rather than waiting to put a stamp on what the culture has already deemed to be important.